Hey everybody, and welcome to Typewriter. Now this is an interesting game that I have found on the PlayStation Network, in which you're these two little dots and you're going on a typographical adventure through history, riding along the fonts that people use to document things. And it looked interesting and charming, and it reminded me of, some aspects of it reminded me of Never Alone. As far as how the gameplay feels, and you solve puzzles, and it looked very, very cool. So I think this is going to be a really nice experience that we can have in the more somber time slot of the channel. So let's get to it. And the little balls look how they kick up dust when they go fast. That's cool, and the lighting effect is cool, and I can jump. And I liked how they have everything in kind of like a shadow background. It reminds me of a Never Alone in Limbo, a little bit, as far as the aesthetic of the black foreground with the highly detailed background. So use the options button to view the unlocked content. Oh, this really reminds me of Never Alone. Sure. Cave of Hands, Argentina. Yeah, you've unlocked the first page of the history of typography. Okay. Cave paintings. Okay, this is, I like this. I really like this. This is like Never Alone. We have an opportunity to look at culture while playing a very cool, very innovative game. So it's edutainment. And I like that. So cave paintings. In prehistoric times, long before the invention of writing, humans left traces of their existence in the caves where they resided. The Helvetica cave, discovered in 1994 in the southeast of France, is one of the oldest adorned caves in the world and contains many inscriptions carried out between 32 and 30,000 BC. Most of them are representations of animals, but there are also hybrid animal-man creatures and human hands. The different representations overlap in a space that seems indifferent to the depth, as the contours of the images intertwine constantly. These prehistoric artists were skilled in several techniques: rock engraving, probably using a hard or carved stone, and painting. The paint comes from crushing stones to produce a colored powder that was then applied by hand or blown onto the cave walls. In almost all cases, but especially in Africa and Europe, the paintings are related to ritual practices such as the magic of hunting, fertility, or protection against enemies. Painted caves have long been regarded as a sanctuary where prehistoric man painted his visions of the world. It is estimated today that the pictorial representations depict a whole cultural socio-system, which includes both inhabited places as well as hunting territories. That's cool. That is very cool. And we get to see some of the prehistoric artwork behind us as we go. That's so cool. Okay, definitely digging the Never Alone vibe. Alright, so I think there are 10 levels I saw, and now we're on to the ancient Egyptians. Got another one. Cuneiform writing. Oh, excuse me. Ancient Egyptian Babylonian tablet. Well, Babylonian, excuse me. The cuneiform writing. Emerging in lower Mesopotamia between 34 and 3200 BC, cuneiform script is, along with Egyptian hieroglyphs, the earliest known systems of writing. It is initially intended to transcribe Sumerian, however it becomes a dominant system throughout the former Middle East. Either they changed spacing or they changed the size of the font in that paragraph. Throws me off a little bit. Cuneiform writing began in pictographic form in silhouette type shapes. Certain symbols were also used to represent a more significant part of an object. For example, a star to evoke the sky. The forms then evolved to present verbs, for instance, bread for eating or water for drinking. In addition to these pictorial representations, the cuneiform writing system includes phonograms and phonetic signs that are used to transcribe a sound, and additional signs to represent figures. It is gradually adapted to several other languages, including Akkadian, Hittite, and Elamite, and remains in use until the beginning of the Christian era. That's amazing that a religion dominated an era. That's crazy. The name cuneiform stems from the Latin word cuneus, or wedge, and the fact that the documents were written on clay tablets that transformed into web-shaped impressions from the stylist. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, and you're putting together the pieces of the image as you go. Very cool. Are you gonna fall? Yep. Knew it. Okay, so this is bad. This game was made in Unity. Oh yeah, and this game is, there's a link in the description below in case you want to purchase the game. I usually forget to say that on the first video whenever I do a new game. Whoop. Oh no. Stuck. Push the retry button. Oh. I was meant to get stuck. Why, thank you. 3. Rotation. Okay. Use L2 and R2 to control my balance. Okay, cool. It's an interesting way to teach that. I like the music. Digging the music, digging the ambience, and whoop. Stay alert. Egyptian hieroglyphics. Okay, so cuneiform came first, and then hieroglyphics came next. Got it. Cool. Egyptian art, stele with inscriptions. Egyptian hieroglyphics. The first Egyptian hieroglyphics date back to the end of the 3200 BC. To the end of the... What should it say? To the end of 3200 BC? Whatever. This formal writing system, which is born around the same time as the cuneiform script, is used for more than 3,000 years. The word hieroglyph comes from the Greek adjective hieroglyphos, which literally means sacred engravings. In Egyptian society at the time, writing is linked to political and religious powers. The pharaoh's scribes have the sole privilege of using hieroglyphics to write official letters. The hieroglyphs were plotted on shards of pottery, ostrakhan, or on a paper form derived from papyrus using a reed. Yes, papyrus! The originality of Egyptian hieroglyphics stems especially from its figurative nature. Hieroglyphs are pictorial drawings that designate an object or an action. These characters can represent real or imaginary objects such as human figures, animals, or divine representations. Egyptian writing also includes a system of phonetic signs, meaning the sign is read independently of its visual characteristics. Unilateral signs and phonetic complements are also used to transcribe one or several consonants, vowels, as well as give indications of etymology. Egyptian hieroglyphic writing has given birth to 2 other forms of scripture used in Egypt. Hieratic, which is a cursive writing system written in ink with a reed brush invented to allow the scribes to write quickly, and Demotic writing, which is a scholarly script used for document and letter writing. Okay. Stay alert. It's about to fall, isn't it? Yeah, here we go, baby. Oh. Okay. I like what this game is doing. I like the direction that it's going. Oh. I didn't even know. Chinese characters. Hey. Let's freeze it right there. Chinese characters. Buddha and his disciple Suthti from the Diamond Sutra, 1868. Chinese characters were not originally designed to facilitate direct communication between individuals, but rather to symbolize the relationship between men and the afterlife in the context of rituals. According to the legend, Kun Jie, a minister of the Yellow Emperor, was charged with the task of creating characters for writing, and designs characters according to the special characteristics that he observes in all things. All Chinese characters are logograms, but there are several derivative types. Pictograms are simple characters that can be combined to form an ideogram, which is a more abstract idea. These signs are more complex, consisting of several pictograms, as well as being associated with a key, which acts as an indicator to specify the lexical meaning of the ideogram. Chinese has another set of characters called phonosemantic, which make up over 90% of the language. Photosemantic characters, however, are associated with a key that is designated by pronunciation. In addition to the Chinese writing system, paper is one of the four great inventions of the Chinese. Native Kailun not only improved the paper-making technique, but also made it possible to use a variety of materials such as tree bark, hemp, and flax. As at the time, his process remains a long, well-kept secret. And doesn't appear in Western Europe for quite a while. Should it be at the time his process remained a long, well-kept secret and didn't appear in Western Europe for quite a while? Okay. And then flip, baby. Wait, flip back. Okay. Move objects to avoid traps. Okay. I'm pressing L2, but it doesn't want to flip. Oh. Whoa. Well, alright then. No. Okay. Cool. Cool. Ancient Greece. Wall jump. I can wall jump. Lean on the wall and jump. Nice. Sweet. Ancient Grecan text. The Greek alphabet. Greek script, lined with inscription of the Emperor Justinian, 538 AC. The Greek alphabet. The invention of the Greek alphabet dates back to the 8th century BC. Initially, there are several variations of the Greek alphabet. However, the two main ones are the Euboea, Euboea, and Ionic alphabets. The Greek alphabet is one of the first writing systems with a stable symbol to sound mapping, making pronunciations predictable. Each vowel and consonant is distinguished with a unique character. Unlike the Semitic alphabets such as Hebrew, the Moabite or Phoenician, a unique character. Unlike the Semitic alphabets such as Hebrew, the Moabite, or Phoenician. The Greek alphabet is adapted from the Phoenician alphabet by adopting new characters, thereby totaling 24 letters, which are still used today to transcribe modern Greek. Although originally composed exclusively of capital letters, the Greek alphabet gradually expands to include a lowercase. In Greek society, the language is at the heart of the city, and writing gradually invades the public sphere despite the attempted suppression by a small elitist group of religious officials. The Greek alphabet is the basis of a number of other alphabets in Europe and the Middle East, including the Etruscan alphabet, which goes on to improve the Latin alphabet. Which goes on to inspire the Latin alphabet. Oh ho. Oh ho ho ho. You break off. Yep, knew it. Cool. Hello. Alright, well, what I am going to do is I'm going to cut the video here. This is very interesting. You know, I really like this game thus far, this edutainment game thus far. And it's a nice break from the high-flying, action-packed games that I play in the earlier part of the day. This is nice. This is nice. It's somber. It's mellow. I can just talk to you guys, and we can have a really fun, really cool time. So thank you so much for joining me. If you liked it, mash that like button like there's no tomorrow. Share the video with the world. Hit me up on Twitter and hit me up in the comments section below. Let me know what you think about the videos thus far. And I'm The Outlier, and I will see you all in the next video.